Every image that has ever appeared behind your closed eyes during meditation was placed there with surgical precision. That flash of water, that recurring door, that animal you keep seeing in stillness, your conscious mind dismissed it as noise. Your subconscious was trying to hand you a map. By the end of this, you'll understand how to read what's being shown to you and why ignoring it has kept you circling the same inner patterns for years. Your subconscious mind cannot speak in words. It never learned how. Words belong to the conscious mind, that thin, recent layer of awareness that narrates your day and calls itself you. But beneath that narration lives something vastly older, vastly more intelligent, and it communicates the way it always has. Through image, through symbol, through felt sense. The imagery you encounter in deep meditation is a direct transmission from this deeper intelligence encoded in the only language it has ever known. Think about dreams for a moment. You've had dreams that made no logical sense, but left you with a feeling so specific you carried it for days. A crumbling house, a flight over dark water, a person whose face kept shifting. Your dreaming mind wasn't confused, it was precise. It chose those images because they carry meaning your verbal mind couldn't compress into a sentence. Meditation accesses this same channel, except you're awake, you're present, and the transmission is clearer because you've quieted the interference. So why symbols? Why can't this deeper intelligence just tell you plainly what it wants you to know? Because the subconscious operates in wholes, in gestalts. A single image can hold an entire emotional history, a complete pattern, a full cycle of cause and effect, simultaneously. The word abandonment is clinical, but the image of standing alone on an empty train platform at dusk, watching the last car disappear around a bend, that carries the texture of the wound, the temperature of it, the age you were when it first happened. The subconscious chooses the image that holds the most complete version of what it's trying to communicate. Every detail matters: the lighting, the colors, the movement or stillness within the scene. Carl Jung spent decades mapping this territory. He called these images archetypes when they touched collective patterns, and personal symbols when they emerged from individual experience. His key insight: the psyche speaks in images the way the ocean moves in waves. You wouldn't ask the ocean to communicate in Morse code. You learn to read the waves. The same respect is required here. You don't force your meditation imagery into verbal categories. You meet it on its own terms. Here's where most people lose the thread. They see an image during meditation and immediately try to interpret it with the conscious mind. They Google, "What does a snake mean in meditation?" They look for dictionary definitions of symbols. This approach strips the image of its personal charge. A snake in your meditation might carry a completely different meaning than a snake in someone else's. The subconscious chose that specific form because of your relationship to it, your memories, your associations, your body's response when it appears. The meaning lives in the felt resonance between you and the image. Nowhere else. Pay attention to what your body does when a particular image arises. Does your chest tighten? Does your breathing shift? Do you feel warmth spreading through your hands? The body is the bridge between symbolic and literal. When your subconscious presents an image and your body responds, you're witnessing a complete communication loop. The image carries information. The conscious mind's only job is to stay quiet long enough to let the exchange complete. There's a practice that transforms this from passive observation into active dialogue. When an image appears during meditation, say a closed door, you hold the image gently in awareness without trying to change it or understand it. You simply stay with it, breathe with it, let it exist, and then you watch. Because these images are alive in a way that static pictures are not. The door might begin to open, something might emerge, the scene might shift, revealing what's behind it. Your subconscious is testing whether you'll stay present with what it's showing you. Most people flinch. They open their eyes, shift position, redirect attention. The subconscious registers, not ready yet, it will try again tomorrow, or next week. It's patient. The recurring images matter most. If you keep seeing water in meditation, rivers, rain, oceans, floods, your subconscious is pointing at something with urgency. Repetition is emphasis. The deeper mind doesn't have volume control. It has frequency. When it repeats a symbol, it's raising its voice the only way it can. These recurring images often mark the exact location of your deepest growth edge, the place where transformation is most available and most resisted. Consider the difference between images that arrive with peace and images that arrive with charge. Peaceful imagery, golden light, expansive landscapes, feelings of warmth, often represent states your subconscious is inviting you into. It's showing you what's available, what you're ready for. Charged imagery, darker scenes, tension, pursuit, collapse points to material that needs integration. Both are equally valuable. The comfortable visions show direction, the uncomfortable ones show the work standing between you and that direction. Neville Goddard taught that the imagination is the creative power itself, that what you see in the mind's eye carries the same reality-shaping force as external events. When your subconscious presents imagery during meditation, it's doing something more radical than communication. It's showing you the raw material of your reality before it solidifies into circumstance. The images aren't reports about your psychology, they're previews of what you're building with your habitual inner states. A recurring image of confinement isn't just revealing a feeling, it's showing you the blueprint your consciousness is currently constructing in the outer world. This reframe changes everything about how you sit with meditation imagery. You stop being a passive interpreter and become an active participant. When you see an image that represents limitation, you can, with gentleness, with patience, begin to introduce revision. You hold the image, you feel it fully, and then you allow it to transform within the meditation itself. The closed door opens, the dark water becomes clear, the crumbling structure is rebuilt. This is the subconscious language of assumption. You're speaking back to it in its own tongue. But here's the challenge most practitioners face. The revision must feel real. Your subconscious doesn't respond to forced visualization, it responds to felt shifts. If you try to manually override an image through willpower, the deeper mind recognizes the forgery and rejects it. The revision has to emerge from genuine feeling. You have to find the emotional frequency of the transformed image and let the visual follow, feeling first, image second, always in that order. The mystics across traditions understood this sequence intuitively. In Tibetan Buddhist practice, visualization meditation works precisely because the practitioner cultivates the feeling state of the deity before attempting to see its form. The Kabbalistic tradition of path working uses guided imagery that descends through emotional gateways before visual ones arrive. The Sufi practice of muraqabah, watchful meditation, teaches sitting with whatever images arise as direct communications from the divine creative intelligence operating through you. Different vocabularies. Same recognition. The images that appear in deep stillness carry legitimate intelligence from a source that predates your thinking mind. Your meditation imagery also shifts across seasons of inner growth. The symbols that appeared 5 years ago serve that version of you. New symbols arrive as new capacities open. If you've kept any record of your meditation experiences over time, look back. You'll find chapters, a period dominated by water, a period of fire, a season of doors and corridors. Each chapter corresponds to a specific transformation your subconscious was processing. The progression tells a story more honest than any narrative your conscious mind could construct about your growth. Start treating these images as sacred correspondence. After meditation, take 30 seconds to note what appeared. Don't analyze, don't interpret, just record. Over weeks, patterns will emerge that your thinking mind couldn't have predicted. Connections between images will reveal themselves without effort. Your subconscious has been writing you letters your entire life. You're building the literacy to finally read them. The next time you sit in meditation and an image arrives, strange, unbidden, vivid, resist the reflex to dismiss it or decode it. Stay with it the way you'd stay with a person who's trying to tell you something important in a language you're only beginning to learn. The patience you bring to that moment is the doorway. Your subconscious has been speaking since before you had words. It's still speaking now. The only question is whether you'll finally sit still long enough to hear what it's been saying all along.